If you're looking to get customers for your business, and especially if it's a B2B business, then you might be interested in this often overlooked opportunity. I'm talking about newsletters, particularly email newsletters. I'm Jane Singer, and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be explaining what exactly an email newsletter is, why it's so effective, and how you can make it work for you. So if you're ready, let's get started. Email newsletters, or basically newsletters that are sent to people by email, are really, really effective. Email newsletters have a high level of readership simply because they go to people in their email inbox, and people are checking email all the time, all day long, all night long, on the weekends. I do too. You know that. You do too, probably. So we know that people are always in their inbox. If you can be in their inbox, you're definitely going to be in front of them. However, the key thing is you have to be able to get people to read that. As we know, you can get into somebody's inbox fairly easily, but that doesn't mean they're actually going to read what you sent. So if you're looking at email newsletters, a key advantage is that people want to read it because it's delivering interesting news and information for that person. So to differentiate it from people just simply emailing people, because you might be sitting there saying, well, Jane, I have a list of customers and a list of prospects. I could just email those guys, right? Why do I need to spend money and be on an email newsletter? And the reason is that when you're just sending somebody a direct promotion, it's hard for them to really look at it and figure there may be something interesting in it for them. Sometimes, okay, you put a discount code in the reference at the top or something like that in the subject line. You're telling them, open this and there'll be some kind of a special offer. But people have become immune to that as well. They know what's coming, and if they are not at the moment in the market for what you're selling, then they might not feel compelled to open it. So when someone's receiving an email newsletter, they know that what they're getting is a newsletter full of news, right? News, information, data, maybe it's point of view, analysis, whatever it might be. It's something that somebody has taken the time to write just to educate and inform that person. So they're going to feel more compelled to open it. When they open it, they're going to read through it. And when you have an advertisement, they're going to see it. So whether it's a banner advertisement or sponsored content or any other variation on the email newsletter marketing theme, you have that opportunity to be in front of people because they're going to be reading the newsletter. It's sort of like having a billboard. If you have a billboard, the idea is that people are going to be passing that spot. Therefore, they're going to see it. You don't have to convince them to first look at it. They're going to look at it. It's right in front of them. So that's a really big opportunity. The newsletter has a theme, a topic, an audience that it caters to. So you figure out what audience you want to reach. You know that that audience is reading that email newsletter because it's providing them with information that they're interested in. And then you piggyback on top of that. You're not trying to convince them to open something. They have already opened it. They're there. They're engaged in the content. And then they see your advertisement, and that's where that seamlessly integrates. That's the whole concept behind it. So it works really, really well. It's very effective, and it enables you to surmount that problem of people feeling, oh my gosh, there's Jane in my inbox again. What's she want now? What's she asking for? What's she pitching? So you want to get away from that. You're part of now, when you're on an email newsletter, you are then part of something that's providing people with a service, with news and information and insights and advice. And that brings me to the second thing, which is credibility. Because you're in that environment of information, analysis, advice, and so forth, you are now gaining credibility, right? You're judged by the company you keep. So if you're on a high quality newsletter, you will then also be seen. Your service, your product will be seen as something that is credible, that delivers something of quality, that's a known entity. That's also really important, particularly in the beginning when you're trying to win over new customers and you want to be able to check the box on that know, like, and trust. So you want to be able to build that sense of trust, and being in an editorial environment like that will definitely enhance the level of trust. Now, when you're looking at email newsletters, of course, there's different pricing for different kinds of advertising, but in general, and I'm speaking very generally, pricing to advertise on an email newsletter is pretty affordable and is quite undervalued. There are a lot of opportunities out there. I mean, obviously, I know the ones available on the newsletters that we publish, but certainly if you are not in our vertical, if you're in a different industry or a different niche, there's a lot of other opportunities out there that you can explore as well. And I would encourage you to at least try, take a look around, see what's out there, see what it costs, see what a small program costs, give it a try, see what the feedback is, tweak things. A lot of this stuff evolves over time. So when you're looking at any kind of marketing, whether it be marketing on an email newsletter, or whether you're doing direct mail, or whether you're doing billboards or any other kind of advertising, it takes a long time to see results. So it's important to know that going in. You want to be able to start to plant the seed, see how it goes, go back, fine tune. I say to people who work with us, prepare an ad, give it a try. Prepare sponsored content if that's what you're doing, give it a try. And then as you're starting to see results, or if you're not seeing results, tweak what you have instead of just completely trashing that and doing something different. So you want to be able to modify over time and see. What's great about being on an email newsletter is you're connecting directly with a person, and that's really important. You want to be able to feel like, okay, at least a real person is actually taking a look at this. And they are, because they're going to open that newsletter in order to get all the other information that the publisher is providing. So when you're looking to assess what might be a good newsletter to be on, if you have several within your niche, within your industry that you're looking at, you want to see which ones give the most amount of content without just having a picture with a brief and then a link back to a paywalled website. For example, let's take a look at one of the newsletters that we do. I'm just going to go through one of ours because I have access to it. I'll explain to you exactly what I'm talking about here. This is one of our newsletters. It's an older one, but it's a good example. So, weekly newsletter, you can see at the top, there's an advertisement here, right? So right here you can see that there's one ad at the very top. Moment people open the newsletter, you can see the ad. However, as we scroll down through the newsletter, you can see that there's editorial, right? All of this is editorial. This is editorial. All of this here, editorial. One more advertisement here. Podcast is editorial. Editorial, more editorial, a snippet, right, which, as I had maybe pointed out on a previous newsletter, is just a very small blurb with a link to find out more. So it's more of a text kind of an ad. Now you have materials here, right, which is more editorial, another snippet, and then of course links to articles that they may not have read, and so on and so forth. So basically people are getting a tremendous amount of editorial, and that provides a lot of value for the reader. It's why they're going to open this when they get it, and it's why they're going to see those ads, because the ad is placed within the context of a lot of editorial. That gives you an idea of what you might want to think about when we're talking about email newsletters. They're really effective. The open rates are high. Email newsletters can be a massively effective way to promote your business and to build that ever important know, like, and trust. It gives you that opportunity to be in front of your audience on a weekly basis. If they're seeing you every week, after a period of time, they get to know who you are. And as they get to know who you are, they feel like they trust you, they like you. And that gives you a huge advantage when it comes time to trying to sell them. So give this some thought. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to talk about marketing topics and marketing opportunities with people. I know it can be confusing until you get your hands in the clay. So please feel free to contact me. I'm Jane Singer, and thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.